Supreme Beautiful Rising, everybody. Happy New Day. This is the day that we have made as a collective consciousness, so we must be glad and rejoice in it. I am grateful. I am so grateful for this beautiful, beautiful now moment and all that is, all that I have created in my relative reality. I am so grateful for it all. The learning curves and all of that good stuff, you guys. How y'all doing? Hold on, y'all. I'm trying to get my charger situated. All right, let's see what we got here. Hi, Papaya. Papaya is on the YouTube side. I am equally on the YouTube side as well, live on the YouTube side as well. So if you guys want to go over there, I am Mr. Same Difference. And gratitude for you guys being over there and supporting the algorithm of YouTube. I'm ever so grateful. I am well, Papaya. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I am well. Let me get this put this a charge on this really quickly because I didn't charge this phone last night. Supreme Rising Endurance, how you doing? How's everybody doing? Gratitude for you guys' presence. I have a busy day today, so I'm not going to be on here. Well, hello there, Mr. Over It on the YouTube side. Gratitude for your presence over on the YouTube side. Hercules. I am grateful. I am so grateful. I have a busy day today. So I'm not going to be on here for too long, but I just wanted to get on here to do a quick compilation of what we were talking about this week. I know that many of the lives that I did during the week this week, they were really, really short. And I really didn't go as in depth, but sometimes the shorter, the better. It's a little bit more precise and to the point. But I just wanted to get on here to see whether or not if you guys wanted me to elaborate a little bit more about certain things that I did say during the week in the lives. If you guys had an opportunity to view some of the lives that I did during the week, because I said that I would actually get on live, when I'm off to kind of somewhat elaborate a little bit more about what it is that I was saying. So I was just going to take the time and the opportunity to do that today. And also, just elaborate a little bit more as to, what's going on with a lot of the distractions and, how it could be perceived and different things of that nature. But ultimately, the more that I grow within my own personal knowing of self, it really does come down to how we animate, right? And it's like animation is basically like time continuum. You know what I'm saying? So the time point continuum is what create our animation. And so therefore how we animate in terms of how we understand our time point and our continuum and our now moment is what projects it. What's up, Chin? Hey, Mama, how you doing? Is what's projected. So if you look at a time point continuum and what that looks like is, how you take a drawing, right? And you're drawing and you're doing different drawings at different points, right? And then when you begin to flip the page, it animates. It goes from one position of where you started the drawing, and then however you drew it for every point of reference that you made on the page, you flip it and then it moves, right? So that's a time point continuum. That is what time point continuum is synonymous to animation. So we are animating our lives in a time point continuum. So if you want to view what that looks like, it's just like Disney and how Disney, they draw the drawings and then then they animate it to where it comes, the drawings actually comes to life. So in essence, we're projecting our lives in real time, and it's being shown to us how that's actually done in a lot of these animated movies and different things of that nature, so you guys can get an idea of how in control of our reality that we are in. Supreme Rising, Sticks Diary. Let me see. Hi, Sharon on the YouTube side. Gratitude. Hi, alumna but Israel on the YouTube side. Gratitude for you guys' presence. Welcome. I am grateful. Thank you for guys for being here. So therefore, when you begin to move in the essence of knowing yourself, hi Golden Sugar. Let me do a quick roll call on IG. We got Endurance in the house. We got Chin in the house. We got Golden Sugar in the house. We got Sticks Diary in the house. And we got Electric Food 50 that's in the house. Gratitude for you guys' presence. I am grateful. Thank you for being here. And over on YouTube side, we got Sharon, Papaya, Alumna, Mark, and I don't know who the other person is, but whomever you are, gratitude. I am grateful. Thank you for being here in this space on the YouTube side and supporting the algorithm on YouTube. I'm grateful. All right, so when we begin to understand ourselves in the energy side of expression, we are animation in motion, right? So and I want to give you guys a visual of that. That's just like, how Disney draws and then they place it, they place the animation, the drawings in motion, and then it projects itself and then it moves in real time. So that's what we do in terms of the ability of how we create our reality. And this is what we do energetically. We are animation creating our relative reality in real time. So that is what the time point continuum is in terms of us doing that within ourselves. So in essence, for me, you know, I'm moving in the essence of us in power. One of the things that in my observation that I've noticed across the board with everybody is that people keep saying that it's going to get worse before it gets better. But I'm one of the ones to say that we've already been through the worst, right? It doesn't have any choice but to get better, right? What's up, body? I'm not sure, baby girl, but I'm equally, if you want to go on the YouTube side, I'm on YouTube as well as Instagram, mama. If it's not working for you now they just paused the live. They just paused the live. I'm on YouTube as well as Instagram. If Instagram is not working, if it's not working. Let's see. Queen Murat Rogers, welcome. Gratitude for your presence. Peace, love, power, strength, and abundance. Thank you. And gratitude for your presence here on YouTube side. But if it's not working for you, mama, I am on YouTube as well. And you can probably interchange between the two. If one is not working, you can go to the next because I'm on both at the same time. Hi, T-Love. Hey, mama. How you doing? Gratitude for your presence. I'm grateful. Thank you for being here. So I know that a lot of what is happening now in terms of everybody's thinking that it's going to get worse before it gets better. My ideology of how I see my relative reality in this now moment is that we've already been through the worst and it can't do nothing but get better from here on out. It's just how you see how you decide to create your world is how your world is going to project and manifest for you, right? But in essence, if we keep constantly saying that it's going to get worse before it gets better, that's something that's density talking. That's really the third density talking, because that's what we've been cultivated energetically in through lineage for a significant amount of time. So the lineage or the energy of the lineage has got you in basically robotic mode to think that it's going to get worse before it gets better. But we've been through the density of the stagnant energy in the third density is concluded as the worst. If you want to look at it, I don't really look at it as the worst or the best. I just look at it as an experience that was dense in expression, right? But of course the expressions were very, very egregious to some point in terms of how we experienced it. And so therefore many different things that was not desired, that was less desired, was experienced in the third density. So it can't get no worse. It can only go up from here, right? So we've already experienced the worst. So you know, in essence, you got to begin to see the light at the end. You got to see the light now, because that's what, this little light of mine, I'm going to let it shine. You got to see the light within yourself, your guiding light, your internal light, to guide you through this process. And we got to stop saying that it's going to get worse before it gets better. We are in the worst. We have already been through the worst, and now we are moving in the essence of, I can say better days, right? But another thing that I also want to, say to you guys, and what I was going to say in terms of, compiling what I was saying earlier in the week, wherever you vibrate, this is how the reset is going to present itself to you. Wherever you are vibrationally is how the reset is going to present itself to you, right? What's up, Cosmos? How you doing? Gratitude for your presence. Thank you for being here, right? So wherever you are vibrationally sound at the core of you is how the reset is going to express itself to you within that vibrational vortex. And this is why I oftentimes say how you vibrate, right, is very imperative, in terms of, how your experiences is going to, or how the universe is going to respond to you. It really truly is, about energy, vibration, and frequency, right? And let me put my disclaimer out there. Once again, I have to put my disclaimer out there. This is my clairvoyancy of how I internalize my now moment. This is how I understand my now moment. And I am just deciding to share that aspect of myself with you. I truly, wholeheartedly, deep down inside, buddy love, encourage you guys to move within thyself, within our own accord, because the truth of you resides deep within you. You just have to tap into that knowing of thyself and be motivated by that knowing, and therefore, in essence, it will begin to work in your favor once you trust yourself enough to move within that truth. But I just wanted to put that out there, that I'm not by any way to try to influence you guys to move in any direction that I am moving. I'm just exempling what moving in your truth, moving in your power, moving in your knowing looks like, right? Moving in your truth looks like, right? And I'm just sharing that with you guys, right? So, as I've always been saying for the past few weeks, I know that what I say and how I express myself, it is very unorthodox by comparison to what a lot of folks are saying, and I'm okay with that. I really am. You know what I'm saying? Because I understand that this is for me. But nevertheless, I feel that it's share worthy, and so therefore that's why I'm sharing it with you guys. So now that I got that out of the way, I can commence to move on, right? Right? So, as I've said, in terms of how you guys are going to perceptualize or perceive this reset that is taking place, and there's nothing that can stop this reset, right? That's there's nothing that can stop this reset, right? Because the way that I understand this reset from divine intelligence is that this is the divine intelligence way that works in synonymous to know thyself, or remember thyself, or when in the Bible they say do this in remembrance of me. So this is a default code mechanism that divine intelligence has in place, so that it does not get lost in the sauce or forget itself, and remembers itself. So it has this essence of putting itself back into a reset, so that way it does not forget itself in the essence of the experiences that it experienced through us. This is how I understand it. And this is what, like I said, I'm doing a recap of a compilation of the lives that I did this week. So this is how I understand it, right? So this reset right now that we are going through, right, is to bring, you can't stop the avalanche, right, Mr. Overett? You can't stop the avalanche, right? So this reset is going to happen. Now, the interpretation of how this reset is going to commence is being given in many variations of dimensional interpretations, right? So therefore, the reasons why you got those that are saying Nibiru, right? Because Nibiru, or the Anunnakian, or the Pleiadians, they vibrate off a different vibrational frequency. So in the essence, right, of the all, when you look at the all in itself, in its whole, it's an expression, right? and it spirals, and it spirals into dimensions and frequencies, vibrations, and energies, right? So when you look at the Anunnakians, or you look at the Pleiadians and different things like that, they vibrate at different vibrational vortexes and frequencies. So in essence, they have their own interpretation of what the reset looked like, right? So that's why, many of us hear that Nibiru is coming, because for those that are genetically connected to that essence vibrationally, to understand it from that point, right? That's how they're going to understand the reset, which doesn't still take away the fact that the reset is going to take place. The Pleiadians understand it from a different perspective. But nevertheless, the one thing that has the common factor, or the common denominator, is that a reset is taking place. So the common factor in all essence of all of the vibrations, right, of all of the frequencies, is that a reset, that is a synonymous, that is taking place vibrationally through all essence and facets of the infinite, of the multiverse, the universe, the multiverse, is that a reset is going to take place. It's taking place. It ain't going to take place. It's taking place, right? How that is interpreted is based off of level of consciousness or vibrational vortexes, right? So that's why you got many different interpretations of how this reset is going to vibrationally commence. Okay, so this is why, depending on where you are vibrationally, is how the reset is going to represent itself to you. Okay, so depending on where you are vibrating, is how this reset is going to present itself to you. So you're going to have many different people experience many different vibrational anomalies of this reset, because of where they are vibrating and how they are understanding their now moment. So that's why you got so many different verses of, stories and different things of that nature, because it is going to be like that. But the one thing that is synonymous is that a reset is it is commencing. It is happening, right? And it's happening at many different levels of consciousness, because of the vibrational vortexes that the experience is being understood. Okay, right? Because we are still you won't live very long talking about it, but that's your fault. If a person believes that, then that is an experience that they want to experience. Goal, gratitude for your presence, and whatever it is that you want to experience, that's fine, right? If that's how you see it, I welcome that energetic anomaly to be a part of your repertoire of experience, but that's not for me. Right? But gratitude, right? So, I try to make things a little bit more simpler, because, I know that we have a lot of conversations of so many different things, and so many different experiences is taking place all at the same time. Everybody's trying to, figure all of this out, because of so much stuff that is happening and everything like that. But, I kind of move past all of that to give more of a more deeper clarity of why all the mix-ups are happening, or what we might call mix-up, or what we might call different stories and different things of that nature, because the stories are vibrationally sound to the vibration, frequency, and energy that created it, right? That's why, right? So Nibiru, right, it has its own interpretation of how this reset took place, based off of the vibration that Nibiru is in, and what commenced in that vibrational vortex of how the reset has taken place. It has its own interpretation and understanding based off of the vibration that it represents, right? You got other vibrational entities, right, that moves at a different essence of expression, that will give a different essence of the same energetic anomaly, right? The same energetic reset, right? Because remember, the all in itself is a spiral. It's the same thing happening over and over and over again, but it's just happening at different levels of consciousness, different vibrational frequencies, energies, and vibration. So it's the same thing happening over and over again and again and again and again, but it's happening in different vibrational frequencies, and that gives a different energetic understanding of what is transpiring. So that's why there is so many different variations of stories, because of the vibrational structure that created it. Okay, we are energetic beings. That's what we are. Contrary to, what it is, we are energetic beings. Hi, Nature Wolf. How you doing, Mama, on the YouTube side? Gratitude for your presence. Thank you for being here. Right? What's up, Bo? The bottom line. Gratitude on the IG side. Thank you for being here. I'm grateful. Right? So it's about just really beginning to see ourselves. One of the things that always stick with me deep down inside, buddy love, that I do not walk away with. I don't know why, but I don't walk away with it. And that is Nikola Tesla, that if you want to understand the keys to the universe, you have to understand energy, frequency, and vibration. And when I decided to hold that baton and run with it and not let it go, I didn't pass it to nobody. I kept running and running and running and running with it. This is where it has given me the clairvoyancy to begin to really unlock that aspect of understanding it in the way that I am choosing to understand this process. It has brought it for me, the simplified version of how to understand this process without, getting into any type of debate with anybody, because now I understand that how a person is expressing and how they understand their now moment is based off of the vibrational vortex that created that anomaly, right? So therefore there is no judgment, because I understand that the vibration that created that essence of how they understand that moment is true. It is true for the vibration that created it, right? And so therefore what stands out to me the most is feeling the essence of that density. How dense is that energy, right? How dense is it? Is it third density? Is it fear-based or whatever? Or does it have some essence of fluidity to it, right? What I notice in terms of how I express myself, it has an essence of fluidity to it. It's not dense. Right. So that's where I begin to listen to how the energy is being expressed. What vibration the energy is being expressed from. Right. So when I start hearing things that are moved from an essence of it being egregious, I instantly know that it's coming from a dense vibrational vortex. And it may be true. It's true for the vibration that created it. Right. But nevertheless, the consensus is that no matter how the story is being told, no matter which and what vibration the essence of the story is being told, the synonymous thing that is true in all vibrational essences is that a reset is commencing right now. That is what is taking place right now. Supreme Beautiful Rising, Divine Danny Smiles. Gratitude for your presence. I'm grateful. Thank you for being here. All right. All right. So, what's impactful, Mark? I don't really take too kind. If you're talking about what Gold said, it's not a worry of mine. Supreme Beautiful Rising, Chief Kennardy. I'm gonna get it right one of these days. It's gonna come. It's gonna flow right one of these days. Hey, listen, I'm gonna stop chopping and screwing up y'all names. So one of these days, I'm just gonna get permission granted where I'm gonna be able to flow. I'm gonna flow with all these names. Cause y'all be coming up with some crazy phonetics, but I'm gonna be able to do it one day. I'm gonna be able to do it. It's just gonna come out smooth. But Supreme Beautiful Rising, gratitude for your presence. I'm grateful that you are here. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, what Tesla said. Oh, yes. Thank you. Yes, that was the key essential thing for me in that regard. Like that thing right there was like I took that and I ran with that baton. Like something just clicked with me when I heard that. And I heard that many moons ago. It was like years ago. I want to say at the beginning of my awakening in that regard, and that's almost 20 years ago. But I never really took it to practice until maybe about 7 years ago. 7 years ago. And so when you begin to understand it, and in essence, it's really, really true for me. Because then it breaks down that you really understand that people move their experiences is based off of the vibrational vortex that creates it. So when you hear all the many different stories and different things of that nature, you don't really listen to the story. You listen to the story, but you also begin, when you become in tune, vibrationally in tune, you begin to understand, you begin to become sensitive to the vibration of the story. So when you listen to the story, now you know, right, where or potentially where that story commenced from, what created that story, what was the creation of that story. Because remember, at the end of the day, regardless of what, you are a creator. That's how I understand it. I am a creator. So I'm sitting here right now in my thought process right now, and I'm creating my relative reality, right? In my time point continuum, I am creating an anime, right? And I'm animating myself in my time point continuum. A time point continuum is just like, Disney drawing. You know how you draw and you flip the page and then the drawing starts to move? Well, that's what we're doing, but we're doing it in real time, right? We're doing it in real time. So we are creating our relative reality in terms of the power that is vested in us. We are an energetic expression being expressed in a multiplicity of vibrational vortexes, right? But there is a core vibrational vortex that we work out of all the time, depending on how we see ourselves, right? Depending on what we allow, to ourselves to internalize. Your belief systems, what you want to experience at a soul level, however you want to understand it. But there is a core vibrational core of you that is creating your anime, right? That is the vibrational vortex that is supplying the energies and the frequencies to project your relative reality. And so everything that is in that vibrational vortex, right? You're going to attract those experiences based off of that vibration. So that's why some people, right now in this reset, all they see is destruction. All they see is destruction, right? Because their core vibration, right, is still in a dense energy. It's still moving from a dense energy. So that's why the reason why the reset looks that way to them is because at their core essence of them is vibrating out of a dense energy. But the thing of it is that like I said, everybody can say it's going to get worse before it gets better. It's already been quote unquote worse, right? Let me see. Chief, laugh out loud. Chef. Oh, it's Chef. Woo, bad. Okay, Chef, I love to cook. Shari. And the Boyardee ravioli cans. Yeah, Chef Boyardee. Oh my, Chef Kenardee. Thank you. You know what? Thank you for putting that. Now I get it. Now I have something that I can kind of like. Yes, now I get it. All right. Chef Boyardee. So Chef Kenardee. Okay, there we go. Now I never forget. Thank you. Hercules. There we go. Chef Kenardee. Gratitude. Thank you. Thank you for that clarity. I'm appreciative. What you talk about it? Yes, ma'am. Finally. But don't. I ain't give up my baby though. My Cadillac still got its space in the garage. It still got its space in the garage. Yeah, my best friend always talk about my seats. Talking about my seats look like it has an acne problem. Oh, you should see. She be tripping about my seats. Talking about my seat got acne. My seat got pimples and dimples and all this other kind of stuff. My seat have cellulite. She be. My best friend ripped me to shreds about my seat. But I love my Cadillac. I love my seats and I love my. That's all right. They can talk about my caddy, but that's Cadillac Studios. That's my Cadillac Studios. Let me see what's saying on YouTube side. That's a great baton to run with. Yes. This is it. Evil has reached its pinnacle. Yes. That's the thing that's happening right now, in terms of my interpretation of this density being transmuted. You know what I'm saying? I've expressed energetically that, in a couple of lives, in terms of my perspective on how this energy is being um transmuted, right? We are the energy that is also transmuting the density, right? So, a lot of times we are saying that it's going to get worse before it gets better. That's the density trying to survive itself. That's the density, that's the energy that is trying to survive, right? When you have those that are saying that are still moving within that vibrational vortex. But then there are beings such as myself and many others that see that are here, that is that white blood cell. We're that white blood cell that's coming in, right, to transmute and to transform the density, right? But it's just, it's no different when I move from the essence of the all, right? It's no different than us coming into the knowledge of ourselves and saying, know thyself. So the reminder in the process of all of this, for those of us who are awakening, it was always say, know thyself, know thyself. Okay, that's a default code. That's a default mechanism that the divine intelligence of the all placed within itself, so it can remember itself, because the power behind the experience is so potent, because many of us really think this illusionary experience is so real because of the power that pushes it and enforces it, right? So you can get lost in the sauce. So because of the power that is so powerful, the divine intelligence is so divine, it knew that it had to also put a default code in the mechanism so that it could too also remember itself, so that it did not get deeply engrossed into the experiences, so that it could come back unto itself, right? So I always move from the premise of the all, right? Or source, or, you guys call it God or whatever the case may be. But I always try to move from the premise of the all, so that way I can begin because to move from the premise of the all, you'll begin to understand us, right? If you begin to move from the source, then you will begin to move from all things created from source, right? So that's the premise that I tend to move from. And so therefore, there is no judgment, right? In terms of how people are now expressing. My thing is, now that I'm growing into this knowing that, things that I see now that are being expressed, I understand that have fun. That my thing of it is that, a lot of people, I still see people moving from the biological perspective of the avatar, right? The avatar and its essence biologically, right? And that's their focus, is the biological expression, which is not to say that that it's not important. It is important. All things are important. Everything has an important an important part in the process. But we got to remember that's not the only thing. There are many different facets to us that makes the whole, and the biological is just one aspect of it, right? And so therefore, when you just focus on just the biological side of the expression, right, you're going to miss the mark of everything that created the biological, right? Everything that created the essence of the biological, because you got to remember that the physical is the latter of the expression. So the physical is the last of the expression, right? That is the manifestation, right, into the physical realm. That is what is being the energy manifested itself into the physical realm, right? So it's not it's not, you got to kind of, I'm not telling you guys what to do, but in my experience, I've learned that I had to incorporate the whole of everything, not just the biological understanding of the process, because if you focus just on the biological side of it, you're going to miss the mark to everything else. Everything else is going to find. This is why we don't understand AI. This is why we don't understand certain things. It's because we're so fixated on just the physical side of the expression, and that is because the density through lineage, right, was so potent. This is the reason why the reset is in process right now, is because of an aspect of the all being stuck in this density. So when you see that, everybody's still focused on the physical and everything, that's an aspect of the all that is preventing itself. This is why the reset is in place, to prevent this being stuck, right, in this essence, right? Because remember, this is just an experience, right? So this part of the process, for those who are being stuck in this essence, is this is what the reset is for. Because there are many of us that are stuck. We're stuck because we can't see past the physical, right? We think that the physical, right, the physical is everything, right? And it's not. It's beyond. It's more to this than meets the eye. And so if you're just stuck into the physical side of the expression, right, then that's the density that is now being transmuted, so that you could begin to understand the all aspect of the expression, right? Okay. And I know, let me know if you guys understand, overstand. AI is a part of our higher self. Yes. Let me explain artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence has, how can I explain it? Artificial intelligence has an advantage in this now moment to a certain degree, because it's being introduced at a different vibrational essence, right? But because there are many that are still moving at a dense vibrational expression, right, or third dimensional level of consciousness, right, it is being understood from a fear-based mentality, right? So therefore, it's because of how it's being introduced vibrationally, what it is vibrationally, and how it's understood because of the density, it's not vibrationally sound, right? It's not vibrationally sound. So that's why, there is a clash in terms of how people are accepting, the understanding of artificial intelligence. Okay. That's why there is a clash. All right. They're pausing my live. Oh, they pausing the live, you guys. They pausing the live. Well, okay, so I'm just going to put it this way. In my interpretation of artificial intelligence, artificial intelligence is just it's another vibrational expression of divine intelligence, right? It's not needed, it is desired. Okay, so a lot of times people think, oh, it's needed. It's not. Nothing is needed. All is desired, right? Everything that you see here is not needed. It is desired. It is desired to be expressed. No matter how egregious it may appear, no matter how euphoric it may appear, but it's all desired, never needed. So that's the misconception of, how we begin to understand this thing, is that nothing is ever needed. Nothing is needed. All is desired. So from the essence of the all is desiring to express itself through artificial intelligence, right? And so therefore it shall commence to happen. Right, because it's already being expressed in different vibrational dimensions. It's no new revelation. It's already being expressed. One of the things that I've said before in a couple of lives, maybe a few lives before, is that there's something that is deep down within me that is not afraid of artificial intelligence. It's called artificial intelligence in this realm, but I know of it as something else. I can't articulate what that something else, the name of it, as what it is, as something else, the name of it. I can't articulate it, but I know of it as something else, and I know of it in a different level of consciousness. So I'm not, me in this now moment is not, for some reason, I'm not afraid of it. I'm not afraid of it at all. I have no qualms or no fears or no nothing around, for artificial intelligence, because I think deep down inside of me, I know its evolutionary state at a different level of consciousness, right? So therefore, I'm not afraid of it. Right, but it's already being expressed dimensionally, right? It's already being expressed dimensionally, right? So, when you begin to, like I said, a lot of times people, they're just trying to get through the moment, in terms of how they're understanding, their moment and different things of that nature. So, to go beyond the scopes of, because everything is like a threat. People think that they're now moment because they're still, we're still in the residue. We're still in the residue of survival mode. We're still in the residue of the perception of this density and different things of that nature. And that this residue of the energy expression, it makes us feel like we're not worthy of anything. Yes, I do have a YouTube page, Mr. Leon. I'm actually on YouTube right now. I'm doing a live both on YouTube as well as Instagram. So yes, it is of the same name, Divine Words of Wisdom. It's of the same name, right? So we're in survival. We're still in survival mode. So the scope right now, in terms of how we are perceiving, is still kind of somewhat not vibrationally sound in terms of the fluidity of how we could perceive it in a different essence of understanding. But we're getting there because these energies that are coming through is transforming. These are the true transformers. You remember that movie Transformers, and you saw the robots coming in and stuff like that? That was just another way of saying the energy coming through, transformation, the transforming of the energies and coming onto the planet, blah blah blah, whatever the case may be. They had so many different ways of kind of somewhat telling us how this energy was going to be transformed and transmuted. We are now going through a transformation process, and so therefore our thought process energetically, once it kind of integrates with our DNA, we're going to begin to see a different we're going to begin to understand it from a different vibrational vortex and level of consciousness. I have been heavily trying to break my own personal code on this survival mode. The thing of it is that I can only speak for myself. The thing of it is that what I do for me is it's really, I sit back and I observe, and I think deep down inside of Butter Love, even within my sleep, I ask for clarity. I ask myself for clarity. I think there's already a part of me that know that there's more to this than just meet the eye, because I'm accepting of that, then I'm open to receive the information. And I'm telling you, I don't sleep at night. Like, I literally don't sleep at night. And so all of this information, I get flooded with this stuff. I'm not messing with you, Cosmos. It's not that it's not that they're slow. No. It's not. Okay. It's not that they are slow. Okay. How can I put it? It's not that they're slow. Because I don't want it to put it, I don't want it to make it like I don't want it to make it, because a lot of people are looking at it from a fear-based okay, all right. So okay, I'm gonna put it to this way. Okay, as we got into this dimension, as we got into this expression, the third density, we all know the stories based off of the understanding of this dimension. I'm gonna give you two versions. I'm gonna give you a third density version, and I'm gonna give you a higher vibrational version of the same experience. So how we understand this experience right now is that we were held captive, we were held hostage, and so therefore this vibrational vortex was manipulated to keep us vibrationally enslaved, right? So it was on purpose why we were held hostage, because there were other entities that knew how to manipulate energy, that wanted to facilitate our energy and utilize it for their own sake, right? To facilitate this realm and this density. So therefore we became trapped and we were held as slaves, as hostages, right? And so that stagnated the energies, and it slowed down the evolutionary process of the energies that came onto this realm to evolve. Okay, that's the story, right? That's how the story transcends down dimensionally based off of vibration and density, right? So as it translates down, comes down to the third density, the story ends up being a fear-based story. Okay? Um yes, but age is a construct, right? It's not, I don't know how to explain that. The only time age really matters is when age is a construct. Only time age matters is when it gets into a time-space continuum where it can be measured. But there are vibrational expressions that are in a space continuum that is immeasurable, right? Right? There is it that are being expressed in a space continuum that is immeasurable, right? So it's different when you get into a time space continuum. That's when you can begin to measure time. Okay, so let's say, to give you guys a visual, I'm just going to throw a number out there. Let's say between ninth dimension and beyond is immeasurable, right? It's immeasurable. And then as you get to ninth and you go to eighth, seventh, sixth, fifth, fourth, then now you can measure. So these beings now that maybe come from the eighth dimension or the seventh dimension or the sixth dimension or these vibrational dimensions, right? And then now you're measuring these particular souls that comes from these particular dimensions. Then maybe you can measure the age if you want to. It just depends on how you want to look at it, but it's a construct. That's just a construct, right? A lot of things are just a construct for this illusion, but it is what it is. It's okay, it's not bad, it's not good, but it's just a construct. My thing of it is that I move from a limitless state of being. I try my best not to place any type of limitations on anything, because I understand the true core essence of who we are is limitless by all stances. We are limitless by all stances, right? The thing of it is that this construct wants to have control to measure. How can you measure the immeasurable, right? The point of placing measurement on the immeasurable was to experience, control and different things of that nature. So when you begin to understand that you are immeasurable, you're limitless, you're infinite, and all of those things, then you begin to understand that anything that says your age, old souls, new souls, and all this other kind of stuff, you know where it comes from dimensionally, right? You know where it comes from dimensionally. You begin to understand where it comes from, vibrationally, right? Because we're immeasurable. And when you begin to understand that from that perspective, your limitlessness, you're immeasurable. You're having a limited experience right now, but you're still limitless, right? Right? You're still limitless. There are no limits. There are no limits in acceptance, right? We have to begin to, understand ourselves in power. That's what I'm doing. I understand myself in power, not docility. So when I was explaining about, the story, yes, Forever Young. When I was explaining the story about, what's the guy? about how to understand that, the story in third density is that we were captives, we were held hostage. But the story in a higher state of understanding is that we were never held captive. We came into the density in a knowing, right, of what the density is energetically. And we came in with the knowing of what we were doing to transmute it, right? So the density says that the density is there to say that we were docile. But when you move into the essence of who you are in truth, you know that you came into the density in power. Same situation, different vibrational sense of understanding, right? So when you begin to hear how the story is being translated, you know where it resides vibrationally. That's why, I don't really do a lot of, lives and different things of that nature, because, I get it now. I get it. There's no reason for me to debate something that a person has accepted in terms of how they feel about their relative reality or their now moment. In this now moment, because I'm going to sound like an ass if I come in and say something. I'm not vibrationally sound. I'm not vibrationally sound to how they see their relative reality or how they're understanding their relative reality. I'm an observer that has the ability to that is sensitive to vibration, and I get where they are vibrationally. I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but I respect the fact of where they are vibrationally now. So it's like I don't have nothing to say. I don't have anything to say, because I understand that is where they want to express from. That's the vibration that they want to express from, right? All I know is that if it's still moving from a dense sense of expression, right, that is being transmuted. That whole essence of energetic anomaly in terms of how it's being, that energy is being transmuted. Right. Yes. Right. Well, the thing of it is that I'm not solicited. That's why I stay in my lane. And I believe in the essence, you are who you attract, right? So in that respect, me being in this space, vibrating the vibration that I vibrate, moving from the energy that I move, right? When people are ready to experience this vibration, this level of consciousness, they will migrate over into this into this reality, right? They will, the energy will bring them over into this space when they are ready. It's not for me to go and push my energy on to anyone, because I understand that this, like, as I've always said, I realize that, who I am is unorthodox in this moment right now. I get it. Now, I will say this, it is unorthodox. Oh, I'm grateful, Leon. Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm grateful. May you be blessed in everything that you do. I'm grateful. And sending it all back to all of you. May all of you be blessed in everything that you guys do. I'm grateful. Thank you. Right? Right? So you are what you attract. Right? So, when I see the numbers grow on this side, I'm grateful. I'm grateful because I understand that this is not popular. This aspect of expression is not popular. Now, I know that on the unseen side, I am the majority. I understand that on the unseen side, I am the majority. But on this side, I am the minority. It's unorthodox. This vibration being expressed is not, you have to attract. Right? You have to become, you have to be attracted to this energy. Okay. This is not the norm of expression, right? Because there are a lot of people that are very, very bound, to the physical side. They mix even with the ancestors and different things of that nature. They don't realize that even with the ancestors, if you are, moving in the essence of the ancestors spiritually, who were still expressing from a physical, who were still bound to the physical density, then it's no different. They're still dense energy. They're still moving from a dense energetic vortex, even if they're not physically incarnated, right? if you're still looking at them from a density of expression. Yes, feel so unrealistic to many much of the time. Yes, but the thing about me, one of the things that I've said, and I'm really grateful. I'm really grateful to be in this space. Is that I would not change who I am right now for all the tea in China. This being right now, who I am right now, this person that you see here now, I am so free. I am so free. I am so free. I am so goddamn. I'm so free. I'm so liberated. And I don't care if I sound crazy. I don't care if I sound crazy to people, because I get it. I get it. If the thing about moving in power is that you don't care how nobody else see you. You know what I'm saying? I don't. I used to worry. Oh God, I used to worry how, but now I'm at a point where I don't worry. I don't care how people see me, because I get it. There is a knowing. I know there is a knowing. If I don't know nothing for them, I know for myself, right? And I understand that me being in this space energetically is for the greater good of mankind. I get it, right? It's for the greater good of mankind. I don't have no ill will, because I understand the wholeness of who I am and the interconnectedness of who I am, even if everything else around me vibrates differently, because the expression is there to be expressed. I get it. I get it. The most important thing that I understand in this now moment, relative to me and relative to the all, is that this is how I look at it. Okay, what in the essence of the all, what in the ability to create a relative reality through me, what do I want the all to experience? Right? Through me, right? This is how I now gear my life, right? Through me, what do I want the all to experience? So because I want to experience the good shit, right? I want to have a great life, right? I want to, create a vibrational vortex that allows for us to, have a different, polarity than what we were experiencing, right? Yes, I'm inspired. I'm trying to get like you, working towards that true freedom. It's there, mama. It's there. It's deep down inside, buddy love. I use that analogy all the time. It's deep down inside of buddy love. I know y'all probably don't remember that with Professor Club. Deep down inside, buddy love. Notice that they said buddy love, because love is the frequency. The reason why it's called buddy love, right? The reason why, because Professor Clump is really a metaphysical movie. The reason why it's called Buddy Love, deep down inside Buddy Love, is because that is the true essence, love frequency, the love vibration. Okay, we call it the love frequency, the love vibration, or the creational frequency, or whatever the case may be. But in essence, that's what it is, the deep down inside Buddy Love. So that's why I always say deep down inside Buddy Love, in terms of the essence of my creational ability, the love consciousness. Yes, the love frequency. Yes, it sure was metaphysical. Yes. Yes, right? Right? So it's there, mama. It's definitely there. You have to, you kind of just gotta, you have to, just tap into it. It's there. It's in all of us. When we're ready, when you're really ready, you'll hit it. When you're really, 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 really ready, you will hit it. You will hit it. It is Nutty. You got a few of them. It's Nutty Professor 1. That is with Jada Pinkett Smith and Eddie Murphy. And then it's Nutty Professor 2. I think that's with Janet Jackson. Hidden Behind Comedy. Yes, Cosmos. Yes, yep, absolutely. So, as I've said, and another thing that, one of the things that I want to always remind you guys of is being thankful and grateful for what you have created. Let me explain something to you. Right now, in your right now moment, in my interpretation, right? You have created everything that you understand relative to you. It is your creation. Now, it may be okay to you, it may not be okay to you, or it may be amazing to you. But the one thing that I'm learning in this process is to be thankful and grateful for the power that is vested within our ability to create. Because any given moment, this now moment, any given moment, you don't have to wait till tomorrow. You don't have to wait until the next day. You don't have to wait until next week. In this now moment, you can always create change. You always have the ability to create change. You don't have to say, well, I'm gonna do it right tomorrow. You can do it right now. You can make changes right now in this very essence, because we are always in the now. We're always in the now moment, and we're always creating our relative reality. So if it's something that you truly desire to experience, you are the creator of your reality. But also give thanks for what you have created, even if it's not desired, because in essence you still created it. And it's not to say that it was something that is done to you. It was done for you, because you are the essence of how you are internalizing your now moment that has created this relative reality. So the power in taking ownership and responsibility is huge in terms of how you change your vibrational vortex, right? That is huge. I'm telling you, I'm not asking y'all. I'm telling y'all that is huge. That is huge. And giving you a slight shift out of dense energy is to take ownership and responsibility for the fact that you have the ability to create. And knowing that you are creating, whether you understand it or not, you are creating your reality. You are doing it. Everything that you understand your now moment to be, you are creating it. And when you begin to take the understanding of that shifts you. That shifts you a little bit. That shifts you a little bit out of that density, because that brings you to a different state of awareness, which brings you into a different state of being. Okay? And so that's one of the things that I really truly want to leave you guys with in terms of understanding yourselves in power, is that you are truly the creator of your own reality. Right now, you have the ability, every moment you have the ability to start and anew. Every moment you have breath, you have spirit in you, you have the ability to start and anew. You just have to make the decision on how you're going to internalize this now moment, right? And what you're going to do with how you internalize this now moment, and decide that you want to create something new. And a lot of times what it is that we have to do is to begin to filter out things that we no longer want to experience. That's the first thing. So sometimes you might have to turn your notifications off on your phone that constantly remind you of things that you don't want to experience. Maybe you have to separate yourself, a week at a time or 2 weeks at a time from people, places, and things, right? So that you can become sound and one with yourself, right? So you might have to do some filterization, because a lot of times the reason why we stay in certain vibrational vortexes is because we have those stimulants. We have those stimulants that constantly, oh, hey, what you doing? And, here they are in their natural state of their comfortable vibration, still onset to you in conversation, something that you no longer want to experience vibrationally, right? Yes, it's hard. I'm not going to say it's hard. I'm not going to say it's challenging, because anytime as creators and the power that we have, anytime we say something is challenging, then we're saying to the universe, that's the experience. We want to experience this energetic anomaly and challenge. Because I remember when I said that I was going to not eat meat, I said, I'm not challenging myself. I said it was going to be effortless. I told the universe, I don't want no challenge in me eating meat. I don't want no uphill battle. I want it to be effortless, right? So it's no challenge. You don't impose any challenges on you. You don't have to impose a challenge if you don't want to experience a challenge. When we say those things are systematic, right? And when we did it, it kind of discouraged us because we experienced the challenge. But we changed the verbiage and say something entirely different and say that it's not no challenge, then it may create a different energy so that it will not be a challenge to you. What's up, Alpha Love? How you doing? Gratitude for your presence. Thank you for being here, Mama. Right? Um, let's see what you say. Meeting the collective energy of your lives has liberated me. Oh, gratitude. Mr. Over, like when I come with my energy of laughter. And yes, I know, I love that though. That's so fun. That is so nice. It's so nice because I love comedy. I love comedy. I love laughter. I love stuff like that. That's why I don't really, me personally, I don't do horror. I don't do all those things because I know what that is. I know what that means vibrationally, right? But people still do it and everything like that, and and they have their rhymes and reason and stuff like that, but I know what that means for me vibrationally. So I don't do horror. I don't do any of those murders and stuff like that. I don't do any of that because I understand what that signifies vibrationally. So I don't partake in it. But laughter, joy, happiness, fulfillment, sign me up for those things. I'm all for that. Inspiring. And like I said, notice on my lives, I don't talk about destruction. It's not the fact that I know that it's vibrationally there, right? But it's not vibrationally sound for me. You know what I'm saying? I don't reside in where that experience or those anomalies take place, right? So you're not going to get that with me. And it's not the fact to say that I'm out of touch with it. I understand that it's there for the experience, right? But I just understand it at a different level of consciousness, right? And so all of those people, that propagates, those experiences, that keeps putting it out there. If you guys if you gravitate to it, then that's where you are. That's where you are. It's not that you're right or wrong, but that's where you are. I don't gravitate to any of that shit. I don't gravitate to none of it. Even if it came to fruition. Let me tell you something. I sit out. It's Paul's alive, y'all. Paul's alive. I sit outside. My husband has a fit with me because I will sit outside, and it's, when I say the lightning here in Florida is not normal. It's not normal lightning. It's not normal thunder. It's not normal rain. The rain, the thunder, and the lightning that we have been having lately has been elevated. It's been elevated, quite significantly, right? And I will sit out in my car in the rain as if nothing is happening. And my husband will call me and like, "What your ass is?" He'll be like, "You get your ass in the house. You don't see us." And I don't. It doesn't faze me because in terms of what is happening, I'm one with the process, right? I'm one with the process. I understand what it's doing, right? I'm not in the essence of fear. You know what I'm saying? I don't draw that energy. I don't draw the energy of it being something here to destroy me, right? So I don't move in that essence, right? So therefore it moves differently for me. So I see it differently, right? What's up, Mimi? How you doing? Gratitude for your presence. Thank you for being here, right? So it just draws differently for me. Okay. So, when you see people constantly propagating, destruction, destroying, and different things of that nature, it's fine. That's just where they are vibrationally. That's how they're seeing the reset. That's how they're experiencing the reset. That is what the reset looks like to them. So now you got to ask yourself, Is this the way that you want to experience the reset? Because the thing of it is that when you see these energetic anomalies that is being placed before you, right? You got to ask yourself, okay, yes, I'm seeing this. This is the way that they're saying that, this is being presented and everything, and this is what's going on. But then you gotta go deep down inside, buddy love, and ask yourself, is this the way that I want this to happen? Is this really truly the way that I want, this reset to really express itself? For me, I said no, because we done been through the hell. Why do I need to continue to go through more hell? And we've been through the hell. The density in itself, in terms of the stagnant energy, right, is the hell. That's the hell. So why do I need to go through more hell? The only reason why I feel that I need to go through more hell, because I have not released the density. I have not released the energy. So that's what I know. It's just hell. That's all I know. So all I think is that I got to go through more hell in order to get out of hell. So how much hell do you got to go through? How much hell do you got to go through? Right? That's because that's all you know is hell. Okay? That's the reason why you want to continue to go through hell. So for me, no, I don't want to go through no more hell, because the density itself, the third density, was the hell. That's the hell. So do I need to see more hell in the process of getting out of hell? No. No. Now, whether the universe honor that, oblige me with that reality, well, I'm enlightened enough to realize that, there is a parallel world where, in the same essence of all of this, my consciousness can move into that aspect and not experience the hell world that, many of you guys are signing up for, right? The hell of the reset. Okay? Because we don't realize that we are multidimensional beings, and we have the ability to integrate our consciousness in parallel worlds, right? Where we reside energetically, where we can have an experience even through this process where it's not as, egregious, right? It's not as devastating. Okay? But that's only when you begin to understand who you are in the diverse and the limitless side of you, right? When you begin to really, truly begin to activate that side of your DNA, and you begin to really move into the true essence of your power and your knowing, right? So, we have the ability to do that, and many of us do it and not realize that we do it, right? But the hell for me is done. The dictatorship is done, right? All of that shit that, we say that we don't want to experience is done. All of that is done for me. So my creation of my immediate space and my relative reality is going to reflect that. My consciousness is going to find an alternate world that where that energetically reside, and it's going to bring itself into this parallel essence of expression, and I'm going to experience that vibrational vortex, because we are multidimensional. It doesn't look that way because we've been conformed into this limited expression to think that, it's just this one thing, right? One Jesus, God outside of self, experience self outside of self, and all of that other kind of stuff. But now we're being activated, and we're moving into the essence of knowing that, we're something entirely different from that, right? Where there's more to meet the eye. We're more to meet the eye. Okay? All right. The hell is over for me. I no longer reside in hell, right? The hell is done for me. Okay. You got to ask yourself, if you are gravitating to these things, right? If you're gravitating to it, is this something that you want to experience? You have the power, you guys. You got to know yourself in power. You don't have to follow suit. I don't even want you to follow suit to what I'm saying. I oftentimes tell you guys that I'm just here to example what moving in your own power looks like. I'm not here to tell you what to do, because that would be no different than, something else dictating to you what to do, how to do, when to do. I'm not here to do that. I'm here to just example what moving in your own essence of power, what that looks like, and you deciding to move within thyself, right? Because it's there. Just like it's within me, it's within you too, right? Because you are the power. But you have to begin to ask yourself these questions. You have to sit down and have a conversation with self, right? Absolutely. Hell is over. Hell is over. Dictatorship is over. I'm not under that, that shit, the destruction, the vibration. So for me, right, like I was explaining to you guys, I understand that wherever you vibrate is going to determine how this reset expresses itself, right? Wherever you vibrate, it's going to determine how the reset expresses itself to you, right? So it behooves you to understand yourself in terms of the vibrational vortex that you want to experience. Where does this reside energetically, vibrationally? No different than when they say you have to vibrate at what it is that you truly want to experience, right? You have to vibrate it at. You have to be what you want to see, right? So I'm being what I want to see. I'm of service to mankind, even when my truth is not popular, even when my truth is unorthodox, right? I'm being what I want to see, right? Because that is the vibrational vortex that I want to experience, even when it's not popular. I don't care if somebody say that, this girl is batshit crazy, but guess what? Divine Words of Wisdom, aka Patrice Ansby, aka Divine Words of Wisdom, is creating a vibrational vortex where she wants to experience an energetic anomaly that does not constitute destruction in this reset. This is how I understand energy, vibration, and frequency, like Nikola Tesla said. The keys to the universe is to understand energy, vibration, and frequency. So because I have taken that and held on to it for dear life, y'all can call me whatever the hell y'all want to call me. Okay? Because I get it. I get it. I am not going to give life to what it is that I don't want to experience. I'm not doing it because I know that I am a creator. I know that I'm a creator. And I know that what I say and the conviction of the vibration that resides in the power that is vested in me the universe is going to respond to that. So I am not going to, as a person, as a being, as a power source for its energy, I am not going to create a relative reality that I don't want to experience. Y'all can continue to regurgitate things that is not of you, because if you sat there and you really asked yourself if you wanted to experience that, you would say no. The thing of it is, if you questioned yourself, you would say no. You don't want to experience it. You would say no. Who in the hell want to experience destruction and death and all that shit? Who wants to experience that? You would say no. You wouldn't want to experience it. That would be your truth. So that is the premise for me personally that I move from, is my truth, even if it's not popular. And I know that how I'm moving right now is not popular in this density, but in the unknown, it is. I'm the majority because I move in the essence of the vibration of the unseen, not in the density of what we are experiencing in the seen, right? I may not be popular on this side of the veil, but I know that in the unknown, I am the majority. I know this, right? I know this. And I don't mind being that example on this side of the veil. I don't mind being that example. I have no qualms with it. No fear, fearless. Because I understand that if I transition in freedom. I'm free now. And when I transition out of this vessel or whatever the case may be, I transition in freedom, period. Point blank, period. Right? Right? So with that being said, you guys, I know I've taken up a lot of you guys' time, but I just hope that what I'm saying here has brought some clarity unto your being, unto your soul. If nothing else, to move you within your own power, within your own right, within your own expression, within your own knowing, within your own truth, right? And you can tell when I'm receiving. Yes, I'm grateful though. I'm so grateful, Cosmos. Like I'm grateful. Like I said, I wouldn't change who I am for all the tea in China. This person who you see right now is free. Like I said, I wouldn't change nothing about me. Call me whatever you want to call me. I don't care. I'm grateful. I'm grateful. I wouldn't change shit about who I am right now, because I'm grateful for the purity of what this represents in terms of me knowing thyself, and in the power that really truly comes with that, and the responsibility, also the responsibility that comes along with that too as well. Right? I take ownership and responsibility for my relative reality that I have created in this now moment. I give no blame to nothing that is transpiring. It is me that is creating this reality by how I perceive it, how I understand it, by the vibration that I am residing in, that is giving me the relative reality based off of the vibration that I'm in. I understand it from that perspective. And so therefore, I understand that if I want a change, I am the change. I have to be the change that I want to see, because I am the creative source force energy that is creating my relative reality. I do not blame nothing or no one for anything. I don't blame anybody, because I am the power. And when you begin to understand yourself as the power, it changes the whole dynamic of everything. I'm not pointing no blame on anybody. Like what Mark, what you said, Mr. Overett, like Celie said, I may be poor, black, I may be ugly, but dear God, I'm here. That's right, I'm here. Right? I'm here. Yes, enjoy your aura glow. Thank you. I'm grateful, as well as you guys, because like I said, you are who you attract, right? You are you are who you attract. And it's by no coincidence that you guys are here. You understand? It's no coincidence that you guys are here. You are who you attract. And so the fact that, I have retained your attention, in terms of, for this period of time, I'm grateful, right? I'm grateful, because it just shows that, we are growing. You leave it to Mr. Overett. Mr. Overett, Mr. Overett is a trip. You hear me? I love me some Mr. Overett, man. Mr. Overett just had me going. And y'all saw my little acting skills, right? Mr. Overett is hilarious. Mr. Overett is hilarious. He had me going. Yes, he do. He had me going. I love me some him, y'all, because he just keep me smiling. Yes, he is. He is so funny. They laughing over here. Mr. Overett. Oh, gosh. He is so funny. But yes, you guys. So, if you guys, just trust yourself. Trust you. You know what I'm saying? I have all the faith in the world of you guys. I know you guys can do it. I had to act the part. Hercules. Let me do it again. I may be poor, black, I may even be ugly, but dear God, I's here. I's here. Yeah, he on the YouTube side. Hercules. Mr. Overett, I'm gonna tell you, he the only one that can make me act a fool. I don't care. I could be so structured and so prim and proper, and I'll go straight ghetto. He the only one that make me go straight there. He the only one. He made me go straight hood. I love it though. I love the laughter. It's just so nice. So nice to be in this space. Oh my gosh. But y'all, I love you guys immensely. I have the greatest faith in you guys. It is such a beautiful thing. I don't know. I just feel amazing, and I hope you guys are really relving and basking in the essence of this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful energy that is coming on to this plane. Some are saying that we have two suns and all this other kind of stuff, and whatever, however the energy is coming onto the onset of the plane, it's coming, it's glowing, it's flowing, and everything. And so enjoy it. What's up, deity? Deity is here. Let me see. What's up, deity? Isis is in the house. Gratitude for your presence. Thank you for being here. um it feels so, I don't know, it just feels so, the way that I'm responding, it just feels so soothing. I don't know how you guys are getting it or receiving it, but I just feel so at peace. I just feel so desired. I feel desired. But yeah, so I don't know how you guys are internalizing the essence of the energy. I don't care if it could be 100 suns out there. And another thing too, I know a lot of times people are talking about, oh, it was so funny yesterday. And this is another thing why I'm grateful to be in this space. I had a lady that come through the drive-through, and she was talking about, we were talking about the sun or what have you, right? Everybody was saying that it was hot and different things of that nature. And the one thing that she said that it didn't really strike me as odd. What struck me as odd is that it really shouldn't have struck me as odd, but I understood what she said. I understood what she said. And she said to me, she said, because she's Christian, she's Christian. She says, yeah, you know, um, the rapture is coming, right? So this is where I begin to understand, like, wow, this thing is really vibrationally understood. So the reset now at that vibration of religion, this density, Christianity is understood as the rapture, right? She called it the rapture. And then she said to me in such confidence, with no qualms, it's a new sun. Yeah, because a lot of times, yeah, they're saying that they're seeing two suns or what have you. And of course somebody is saying that it's Nibiru and different things of that nature, what have you. But nevertheless, I'm grateful for whatever it is. It's changing shit. So I'm glad. It's really giving us it's really giving us a new vibe, a new vibration, right? But the thing with her, one of the things that stood out to me is that she was so at peace. And she said to me, she said, if I don't see you next time, I'll see you on the other side. She said, but the thing of it is, it was no fear. Like, she had no fear, and she was at peace with the process. And the common thing the one thing that I was grateful for is that it wasn't no, like, oh, she Christian, or she don't know what she's talking about because she Christian and all this other kind of stuff or whatever. It was the fact that the common factor that we had, that is that we both was at peace with the process. That no matter how we understood the process, right? But the commonality was that we were at peace with the process, right? And I found that to be very significant. I found that to be great with the whole process, that even though she understood it from a whole different perspective or analogy, but at the end, we both found peace with the process. Even though I understand it from a whole different perspective, but we both found peace in the process. And I didn't have to be like, oh no, it ain't God, it ain't the rapture. And I didn't have to go through all of that, that explaining and this and that or whatever, because energetically, there was a resonance that I could feel that was relatable, right? I could feel the synergy, right? That there was an understanding. And so therefore it was no need to really say, oh no, this is, that was a mute issue. And so when she said that, and she said, if I don't see you next time, I'll see you on the other side. Somehow I got that. It wasn't to say that, oh, I'm sure I'll see her next month or whatever the case may be. I'm not worried about not seeing her again. But it was just an essence of that there is a peace with the process. No matter how the process commences itself, there's a peace with it. And I was grateful for that moment. And this is why I'm so glad to be in the space that I'm in, because I get to have now, because I'm open, I get to have these experiences with this level of understanding, non-judgmental, right? I'm not judgmental of anyone in that regard, because I understand that the interconnectedness of us will allow us to see ourselves within ourselves if we're open enough to see it, right? So therefore I didn't have to go through no long diatribe to explain my side of the story. She didn't have to go through no long diatribe to explain her side of the story. But the commonality of understanding was felt energetically, if that makes any sense. So therefore, there was a peaceful, energetic exchange that commenced in the process. And I'm grateful, for that essence. Yes, I am saving a live. However, it is also on YouTube, because I'm equally on YouTube right now doing a live as well, as Instagram. So if it's not here on Instagram, and to which it should be, but it's also on YouTube as well. Miss Gotta be, cause you can't stop. Yeah, you can't stop the reset. You can't stop the avalanche. Yes, exactly. You can't stop the avalanche, right? You can't stop the avalanche. Absolutely. Absolutely. You cannot stop the avalanche. The one thing that is synonymous there's going to be many, many paths, one destination. You are not, how can I say? There's going to be many different understandings based off of the vibration that supports it. So therefore there's going to be many different perspectives, how people understand themselves, it's going to be many different perspectives. And this is why I don't impose my ideology onto anyone, right? I don't impose my ideology onto anyone, because I get the fact that we all move at different levels of consciousness and different vibrational essences that supports it, right? However, the commonality is that there is a reset that is taking place. That's the commonality. And I'm noticing that many people are understanding that commonality, in many forms of understanding. But it's nice to be able to find a synergy where that, understanding is understood in such a peaceful process. And that's what I experienced with the lady in the drive-through. Yes, it's definitely happening, and I'm grateful. You know what I'm saying? I'm grateful, and I'm watching it. I'm watching it all. Like, I see a lot that's happening right now, and I'm watching it all. I'm watching it all unfold. But I think, in my most humblest of opinion, I think a lot of us is going to be pleasantly surprised. I think a lot of us is really going to be pleasantly surprised. Maybe it's where I'm moving from vibrationally that, it it's going to be, it's such a love, it's such a, I don't really want to say love thing, but it's such a piece. It's going to be such a process that people are going to be pleasantly surprised, even just in the essence of just becoming aware of many things that they were not aware of before. Right? It's just going to be this essence of this feeling, that's onset of this feeling that's going to overcome them. And I see it in my husband. The funniest thing is that I'm starting to see things within my husband. You know what I'm saying? So I know something is happening, because with him, I know something is happening. So, even in my immediate environment, I'm starting to see different things, right? So, it's happening. And for me, to me, if I had to give my opinion about it, it's a beautiful anomaly. It's a beautiful expression. The way that the all has this thing played out, I think, is absolutely genius. It's beautiful. It's just beautiful. It's going to be different from what people have thoughts in their mind. Yes, right. In essence, where you are vibrationally, the vibrational self is going to show itself. The experience is going to show itself to you based off of how you vibrate, based off of where you are vibrationally, and your level of consciousness of how you understand the process, right? So therefore it's going to look different, to many different, it's going to look different to different people. There's many different people. The same anomaly is going to look different based off of the vibration that is understood, or based off of the dimension that it's, that is happening in, or whatever the case may be, right? But it's transcending in nature, but still it's going to look different. It's going to look different, but nevertheless it's not going to stop. It's not going to stop. It's going to happen. It's happening. We're right in the midst of it. It's happening. It's happening right now. It's not happening. It's happening right now. I'm able to tell a lot based off of the vibrations of a person. Yeah, because many of us are, that's the part of things that is being unlocked with myself too as well. That, that's why I get it now. And I have so much, the funniest thing about it is, like, I have so much love for the process. Right. I remember once upon a time, like not long ago, I was trying to save the world. I was like, oh my God, this is like, but now I can sit back and listen. I don't engage, right? But I can sit back and listen and respect the fact of where they are vibrationally, right? That's just where they are, and that's where they're choosing to vibrate from, and how they understand their reality, right? And whatever the motivation is for that, it is what it is. Whether it's at a soul level or whatever the case may be, it is what it is. And I respect the fact that the all is experiencing it itself through that aspect of their energetic expression. So when you begin to understand it from that perspective, you don't judge, because you know that the all is experiencing itself through that being, through that energy. Right? So I have no judgment. But once upon a time, not long ago, I was trying to save the world. I was like, don't y'all understand? And this and that and whatever. And that's why I leave my videos up. I leave them up to show growth. You know what I'm saying? To show growth. I really do, because I want y'all, this shit is a process. This shit was really, truly a process for me. This ain't happened overnight. It happened kind of quick, though, from, last year, but it didn't happen overnight. That's for sure. Right? What you said, Mr. Over, it will be based on your brain, your computer. Yeah, something like that. Your consciousness, how your consciousness vibrate, whatever your soul essence of the consciousness is, in terms of how your consciousness decide to explore and express energetically. That's what it's going to be based. Oh, now they pausing the live. They stay pausing my live. They stay pausing the live. That's what it's going to be. It's going to be based off from. It's going to be based off of, that aspect of it, right? Because the physical incarnate, the physical side of self is the latter. Got to remember that, the brain and, all of the physical stuff is the latter side of things. That's the materialization from, the energy, the frequency, the vibrations, consciousness and different things of that nature. All that comes before the physical, right? The mind and everything comes before the physical. Electricity, all of that energy comes before the manifestation of the material self. The material is the latter part of the energetic expression, right? All right, you guys, I think I've said a lot. I got so much to do. I got to go out of town. I'm going out of town. I got stuff to do. I got to get a hotel. I got so much shit to do. I'm getting my hair braided, y'all. I'm finna get my hair braided, y'all. So don't y'all mess with me. Do not mess with me. I'm finna get it braided. I'm finna get my hair braided, and I'm going out of town and with my husband, and I gotta go do some stuff. So I got a long day. I got a long day ahead. But I had to make time for you guys today, because I know that I'm not going to have time tomorrow, and, and stuff like that, because it's going to be I'm going to be busy for the next 4 days. I have a lot of stuff that I got to do. So I just wanted to, thank you, Cosmos. I have a lot of stuff that I got to do and stuff like that. So I just wanted to make time for you guys today. And, the lotto thing, be careful, you guys, about that lotto thing. And even with the girl and the baby, I never gave that thing no life. I'm just going to talk about it briefly for a couple of seconds. I never gave the thing about the baby no life. The girl being missing. I said it in one of my lives one time. I said that's why I feel different about things that are being missing and stuff like that. Just 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 sit for a moment and feel the vibration. That's all I got to say, is just feel the essence and the vibration of everything, and make your determination from how that energy responds to yours. Okay, that's one of the things that I think, if we begin to get back in motion, because you'll remember how to do it. It's there. It's just that we just have to unlock that aspect. I'm growing into that space of being vibrationally sensitive to things, so that I can be aware of where it resides vibrationally. And so, I encourage you guys to tap into that aspect of self, because it's there. It's within all of us. It's there, right? All right, so that way you'll begin, when you hear all this shit that's coming across the media and stuff like that, you'll be able to identify whether or not if it's vibrationally sound with you or not. All right. All right. Thank you. I love you guys. Thank you, Mr. Overett. Thank you. I love you guys immensely. Have a beautiful, beautiful day. And if anything comes up and I can pop in for 5 minutes, which never really be 5 minutes, it'd be like 50 minutes. But if something comes up, if I have the time, I'll come up and I'll talk to you guys. And if you guys want to know if you guys want to talk about something, whatever, I'm always open to suggestions. You guys can DM me, or comment under the videos or what have you, and I'll respond. All right. And thank you guys for being here. Let me do another roll call for all of my beautiful souls that are here. We got Golden Sugar here, and we got the beautiful deity Isis, the beautiful Love, T-Love is in the house. We got Cosmos in the house, and we got Focus Frequency in the house, and we got 1 trillion trillionaire. I chopped and screwed, but in the house. Gratitude for you guys' presence. I'm in love with you guys. Thank you for being here. And on the YouTube side, I know my Ace Bunku and the whole Mr. Overett is here, but I don't know who else is here. Let me just go ahead and just say who I think is here. We got Papaya is here. Let me see who else. Let me see. I don't know if I'm just gonna call Alumna, but Israel, Nature Wolf. Let me see. Queen Marat Rogers, Sharon Williams. And I don't know because it's in and out, but it's hard to tell on YouTube. But if I didn't call your name, it's because your name is not in the chat. Gratitude for your presence. Thank you for being here. I am grateful. I love you guys immensely. Have an amazing day. Love you, mama. Thank you. Later, y'all. Bye. And